Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Right, so today we're going to be taking a look at Misty Knight's abilities, and this is actually the first time when I had to kind of dig through them myself. I got sent the full-on, really messy kind of game dev data version of the text, and it initially was even messier than this. I copied it all in TextPad, and I had to basically get rid of a whole lot of jargon terms and stuff like that, and then kind of try and sift through it all. And I think I did it. And I kind of have a gist of her abilities. Now, obviously, keep in mind that this is data mined abilities, and also that it was me for the first time ever who actually sipped through all of those abilities. So I probably have missed something. Obviously, we do not have exact values of everything, but in general, I think I kind of pieced together a very decent, good representation of what this champion is going to be about. So Misty Knight, she will be a skilled champion based on all the signs that she gains, basically extra bonuses against science. She is weaker against mutants, so it makes sense that she's going to be a skilled character. And her core mechanics are going to be based on two types of charges, these cryogenic charges and anti-metal charges. Misty has the ability to build anti-metal and cryogenic charges using the metallic arm. These charges provide benefits once they reach certain thresholds or become balanced, putting Misty into equilibrium. Maximum of 12 charges, and the benefits, by the looks of it, are going to be like precision buffs. She can go unblockable, and she's going to be able to access guaranteed critical hits as well. Right. So how does she gain the charges? Well, there are several ways how you can gain different charges. So first one, when either champion dodges an attack, Misty gains 2 cryogenic charges. So when that includes dexterity. And against science champions, instead of 2, you gain 3. Or when either champion performs a well-timed block, you gain 2 anti-metal charges. So parrying is anti, and you gain your charges that way. Then with heavy attack, the first hit of Misty's heavy attack raises her lower charge by 3. If there's a difference of at least 3 between her two charges, first hit increase anti-metal, final hit increase cryogenic. That's going to be additional, way how to kind of try and balance your charges, because they will be consumed during special attacks, and obviously you can gain them different ways as well. Then we have gain 1 anti-metal charge when you basically finish with a light combo ender, and gain 1 cryogenic charge when you finish with a medium combo ender. So that's going to be another way how you can try and get them balanced. And this is a defensive thing. Basically, whenever she gets struck, she has X% chance to gain whatever charge you are lower at, or if both of them are equal, then gain both. But this is like largely a defensive ability. So the benefits that you get from these charges, there might be more, but these are the 2 benefits in the base kit that I kind of extrapolated there. For anti-metal charges, you gain a percentage of chance to instantly purify any incoming debuffs. And keep in mind that you can gain these by simply parrying, I believe. Whenever either champion performs well-timed block, gain 2 of these. That means that you can probably set it up when Misty has a very high, if not 100% chance to instantly purify all debuffs before you actually have to start striking the opponent, which could be very awesome ability to have. And also is kind of in line with skill set. For each cryogenic charge, Misty gains a percentage chance to evade attacks. So that's going to be, again, largely probably defensively utilized ability. Whenever both of Misty's charges become equal, she gains non-stackable buffs if Misty is at max charge, and gains another. The buffs are refreshed if they are not on cooldown. So the buffs are, I got it somewhere written down. I think it is at 3. I think I forgot to write down 1. I think it's 6 charges when balanced at 6. When balanced at 6 charges, gain unblockable. buff. I believe that is the one that is missing. So 3, 6, and 9, where you can either gain precision buff, you can gain unblockable, or you can gain your overcharge buff, and that will give you guaranteed critical hits. And all of these effects then eventually do go on cooldown. Additional thing is that Misty Knight benefits from rank 1 in parry and dexterity masteries, even if you do not have those masteries active. And if you do have them active, then you start the fight with 2 of each of these charges respectively. So if you have parry activated already, then you can start with 2 anti-metal charges. If you have dex activated, so you can start with 2 cryogenic charges. So basically always you're going to be starting with the 2 charges. Then we can go into the special attacks, and they are actually quite interesting. So special 1 is kind of more straightforward. You consume all of your anti-metal charges for X percent of extra attack during the special 1. If you consume at least 6, you gain unblockable. If you consume at least 9, you place an armor break on the opponent. So it's kind of fairly straightforward. Her coolest mechanic will be coming from the level 2. And again, I do have a feeling that I'm missing something there with 9+ charges, or it might just have been an additional cold snap. But fact of the matter is, Misty Knight is going to be a skill champion that has access to cold snap. So you're going to consume all your cryogenic charges to place a cold snap on opponent. Whilst this cold snap is active, every basic hit will place a frostbite on your opponent. Critical hits will place 2 frostbites. And then when cold snap expires, all the frostbites detonate and deal even more damage. If you have consumed 6 or more of these cryogenic charges, then you also stun the opponent upon the detonation of frostbites. And the special 3 is fairly straightforward. You gain energize buff, which increases your power rate, combat power rate, and you instantly max out both of your charges. And signature ability is fairly interesting as well. It looks like it will give you abilities based on the class of opponent that you go up against. The way it was described to work is that at start of the fight, she takes a couple of seconds to investigate, as in there is a reference to her being a detective. So after she finishes her investigation, let's say 5 seconds after the start of the fight, you gain these benefits for 18 seconds, and then it repeats itself. I should have written down that 18 seconds is basically the duration of these debuffs or buffs that you gain, and then you again have to investigate, and then you gain those buffs again. And against cosmic champions, you place a disorient on them, and the more buffs opponents have, the more potent is that disorient. Against mutant champions, there is no benefit because she's skill champion, and that's just about it. Against Mystic champions, you will be able to place Suppression, which reduces their combat power rate. Against Science champions, you will basically gain 100% Purify ability accuracy, always active regardless of how many of the anti-metal or cryogenic charges you have. Against Skill champions, this one seems like a very defensive ability, is that you gain a Fury buff for each bleed on you, which, you know, if you are fighting as Misty Knight, is not likely ever going to exceed 1, which you might have from Liquid Courage Double Edge. And then against Tech champions, you have extra armor break on level 1 if opponent has at least 2 or more armor ups. So you're going to get a big armor break, or hopefully big armor break additional on your level 1s. And again, keep in mind that this, you know, by no means is me saying that this is exactly how she's going to look like. And on top of that, we don't really have any of the numbers, you know. We don't know how long the stuns are going to be. We don't know how potent the precision is going to be and stuff like that. So there's still a lot of information missing, and a lot of this champion's kit is kind of open to interpretation. But I do get a fairly decent feel of how she is going to be as a champion working around these 2 charge mechanics. Your idea is to get as many charges as you can before activating special attacks, and then obviously trying to benefit the best you can from them, with your main damage over time debuff being Cold Snap on that level 2, which kind of lets you stack up a ton of Frostbites and then try and detonate them, and then staying aggressive. And all in all, I think it's quite an interesting kit. I don't think if it's going to be revolutionary, but keep in mind that level 2 also has the additional benefit of preventing opponents from evading, because Cold Snap reduces evadability accuracy. So there is that. Plus the fact that she might have very potent debuff shrugging abilities, and then, you know, it's kind of like the standard skill set where you can shrug off debuffs, you have some damage over time effect, and you can have like either higher or guaranteed crits. That has kind of become more or less the skill MO in recent years, I would say. And obviously she will have chance to evade as well. So I'm not entirely 100% sure, obviously, just by reading this, how good or bad she is going to be. But I am happy that, I don't know, I kind of was able to get at least the gist of her as a champion for the first time ever, actually going through data mined abilities myself that I got sent to me. I still have no idea how people got to them, but somebody sent them over, and as a fun experiment, I kind of figured out that I'm going to try and decode them a bit. And it is going to be interesting to see exactly how accurate or inaccurate this is. Anyhow, I hope this video, well, at the very least, was somewhat entertaining to you, and I hope this video has provided you with some idea of what Misty Knight is going to be about when she comes to the contest. Obviously, we should be getting champion deep dives and champion spotlights by end of the week or early next week. So we're gonna once again be able to kind of compare this with what Kabam officially releases. But that is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the buttons, and I will catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the